Just gotta give me a minute. Gotta do my due diligence. My due diligence. I gotta make sure I turn on my monetization. Yes. Turn on my monetization. Hopefully people can hear me. Mic check. Uh-oh. Mic check. There we go. Alright, now we got the clearness. We're ready to rock and roll. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to quickly share this out while I'm explaining what I'm about to fucking do. So you all know. I'm not going to do this before each and every fucking game. I was thinking about doing it before each and every other fucking game. But if I got to do that, suck my asshole. Here's what's going to happen. Before the first game of every week, before we start the first game of every week, it's going to become your responsibility as owners if you want to question who I am and question my character because you're a dumb bitch. And you're one of those people who, you know, want to doubt me because you're a fucking punk and don't know how to just say it bluntly to me. Yeah, I'm talking to you, CJ. I am going to go into the transaction ledger as I said I would do, and there we go. You will see what has and hasn't been changed, and you're still going to see it says week 11 when Perriman was the last person edited. So here we go. Go down to League Transactions, motherfucker. Okay, now let's see. Okay, here we go. There it is. Week 11. It's the last time anything got touched. Same thing I showed you guys before when I said the proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding, and if anybody saw the pudding in the proof, they'd have called my phone and be like, yo, I was wrong. My bad. But we don't know how to do that because we a punk old bitch. So, fuck you, CJ. I still love you, though, punk bitch. Anyway. Going to start this game now. I'm going to pull the microphone so you're going to see the black box come up on the screen. And I will do this before the start of every single game each week going forward for the rest of the season. Boom, boom, cha-choom, ching-chicka-chicka-choom. Because whenever something gets edited, it's going to show up. So there we go. Okay. So let's start the fucking game and pull the plug. So you ain't got to hear my dumb ass voice talking to ya. Oh, yeah.
Tonight, from St. Louis, Missouri, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's St. Louis taking on the Oklahoma City Nighthawks.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, McKnight. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. McKnight. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Right back to him on 1st down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And they'll send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, You might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. On second down, Royal. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. Football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 114 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there. I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, McKnight finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. McKnight. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McKnight. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Second and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely getting big yards on that play.
He finds his man, complete. It's Crawford. That catch good for only a couple.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw again. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. McKnight. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing doing here, as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. McKnight, open space inside the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Back to throw. McKnight, and it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Nighthawks are able to add on to that lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So this drive spans 7 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The home side once again ready to take over offensively. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, McKnight. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Off the play fake. McKnight. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Nighthawks add 6 to their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 4 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Crawford. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now back to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds here. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bulldogs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. So it was the passing game here, but but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets them home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's 17-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. On 1st and 10, McKnight. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. From the gun on 3rd down, McKnight. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And his kick here is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Throwing on first down. McKnight. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Off play action. McKnight. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch him between the tackles, but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
And this one is right through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Looking to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On first down, he'll drop to throw. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11 now. They'll try the left side. Royal, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And to give this time to the tailback. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bulldogs have got it back to within a score.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McKnight throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. They go play action here on first down. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. McKnight. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up fourth down.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Nighthawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 16. They'll drop to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. McKnight. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McKnight, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The home side once again ready to take over offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. But they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a dump off here complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now this throw caught left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. On 2nd down now, Royal. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Touchdown! It's complete. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bulldogs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Now the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the defense. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. Back to throw. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating. Even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for our visitors, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.